Think back to the first time you went out on a date with somebody that you really liked. Think about how excited you were and how you just really wanted to put your best foot forward, right? You made sure your hair was done a certain way. Maybe your skin was glowing a particular way. Nothing between your teeth. Maybe you bought like a new outfit. You even wanted to make sure, if you're a guy, want to make sure that before you open up the door that, that your belt's buckled and your zipper zipped up and all that kind of good stuff. What does that have to do with what I'm talking about on my channel each and every day, which is real estate here in Central Indiana? Honestly, it has a lot to do with it. That's the analogy I like to give my sellers when we're talking about preparing their home for selling. I want you to think about your house, getting ready to go out on a first date with somebody that may be interested in them. And so you want to make sure that your house is looking as good as possible. Now, we don't have time to do a 6-month body transformation or anything like that. But what are some of the small things we can do to make sure that our house is going out on that potential date with a certain new homeowner? We're making sure that we're putting that in the best light possible. That's really what I'm talking about. Selling a home is 2 things. It's a price war and a beauty contest. So as far as the beauty contest, what does that look like when we're getting ready to prepare a home? First of all, I tell my clients not to rush through the process. I see too many people that want to rush and get their home on the market. It may take an extra weekend or maybe an extra few days to get your home really right and really crisp, but you are putting thousands of dollars back into your pocket when you do that. One of the things, taking a lot of your stuff out and decluttering, clutter eats equity. If you have items in the home that you're not using, whether it's furniture tucked into a corner, whether it's winter clothes if you're selling in the summer, whether it's some toys from your kids, clearing all those things out, even if you're just storing them in the garage, is going to be really helpful. And then the other thing with the decluttering, just making sure that things are spick and span clean. And we do some specific things at Andy Leakey and Associates to help make sure that you're winning that staging game. One of the things that I tell people is 85% of staging is clean and clutter-free. So if you can focus on those 2 things, that's the most important. In terms of some of the more cosmetic stuff, I tell my clients that really you want to focus on just some core things most of the time. You want to focus on paint, you want to focus on flooring, you want to focus on fixtures and landscape. With rare exceptions, sometimes there's a little bit more to do, but if we're not trying to do a real major remodel job, focusing on those 4 things is really going to give you the most bang for your buck. Paint's worth $100 in a can and $1,000 on the wall. It's one of the best things you can do. Getting rid of dated brass fixtures and updating the light fixtures or hardware is great. You want to make sure your flooring is clean, crisp, at the very least carpet cleaner. If you have to replace flooring, that is a good investment to replace the flooring. The landscape, just making sure it's freshly mulched, bushes aren't overgrown, and there's not a lot of weeds out. Just making things as crisp as possible. It will be your ticket winning that beauty contest when you're on the market. So hopefully this is helpful with general information. This is my general framework that I like to help my sellers through the process. We also do some unique things to really take the bull by the horns on that as well. But if you're thinking about how to make it, we'll be happy to go to your home and craft a customized moving plan to get top dollar for your home. Feel free to comment down below if you have questions or if you'd like me to come out. We certainly would love to do that. As always, we're never too busy for your referrals. Thanks so much.
Hey, it's Andy Leakey, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you'll never see me again. I consistently put out helpful content for those that are currently in the real estate market. This information can be extremely helpful for your buying and selling needs, so be sure you like and subscribe here. And most importantly, leave a comment to let us know if this video was helpful for you. We are here to help the Central Indiana community, and we always love your thoughts and questions. Follow now, and we'll see you on our next helpful video.